Hey there, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this from. And this is going to be a talk on going all the way. So, I know sometimes there are going to be opportunities that come our way in our path that we're on in life, be it early, be it late into our age, or so on, or maybe at the right time. And it's really overwhelming to say the least. Because especially if that's something that you've been waiting for your entire life or that you've been wanting to do, or if it was a dream that came true for you in terms of your aspirations and goals that you want to achieve in this life. And in regards to that, I believe that there are a lot of hesitance or hesitations, and us being hesitant and weary, and speculating a lot about whether we should take it or not. And I just wanted to say that in some cases, or in most cases, if it's something that you really wanted to do and it's a goal of yours and it's a dream of yours to pursue it, I would say to go for it by all means, because it's something that you're passionate about. It's your aspiration, it's your dream, it's your life goal. So why wouldn't you? Now, of course, I wouldn't just blindly tell you to go for it, because of course there are going to be some things you have to consider, such as, are you capable of doing so? In terms of that, I'm not talking about just, finances, but your drive and your, where you are right now in terms of your mindset, in terms of, how you are as a person, in terms of the skill set pertaining to that dream. Have you developed it enough? Have you practiced it? Have you honed it to the point where it comes natural to you? Or uh, disregarding the skill factor, because I believe that if you are having that drive, that ambition, and that dream, or that inspiration within you and discipline before getting that, then I'm pretty sure you can work it out either way. Even though it may be difficult, even though it may be, struggling and grueling, you're going to persevere through it because it's something that you enjoy doing, so you wouldn't mind that. And it's something that brings you joy, and you take on the challenge because, it motivates you. Just the fact that you're able to do what you love, and you're able to get this opportunity that will propel you forward into heights that you never know, or that you've never known. It's a really surreal feeling to have. And I feel like there are going to be two cases which I'm going to be tackling in this talk. The first one being that if you are able to go for it. Now, if you're able to go for it financially, your finances are in order, everything's good. There's not much of a problem in terms of pursuing it, in terms of your time, in terms of your finances, in terms of the situation that you're in, or everything's good, or not necessarily everything needs to be perfect. So long as you're willing to make some sacrifices to go through with it, then yeah, go for it. Because I mean, at the end of the day, it's something that you won't regret. You know, because it's something that you love. And if it's something that you love, and it's something that you once again aspire to do, and if it's your lifelong dream and goal, or if it's something that you've wanted to do for a long time, the opportunity came your way and presented itself to you, then why would you regret it in the first place, right? And yeah, and the second part, the second part is, or the second thing that I want to tackle on that is the second instance where you don't have the resources or you don't have the financial stability to go for that opportunity, even though it presented itself to you. I want you to know that it's okay. I mean, of course, it's gonna hurt like hell, and it's gonna punch you in the gut, and it's gonna be sticking with you for the rest of your life. You're gonna be taunting yourself and beating yourself up for passing up on that opportunity. And trust me when I say that, because I know the feeling. I mean, I've gotten opportunities just I've gotten an opportunity just today, and I've gotten about one of my lifelong dreams, and I had to pass it up. And it would have been like a really tremendous leap forward in terms of my dream, in terms of getting it out there, in terms of writing and stuff. I'm not gonna get into the details of that, but not needless to say, the reason why I made this talk and the reason why I said what I said just a couple of seconds ago was because I passed it up, or I passed up on it, because I myself, I myself, have gotten into the mindset that I'm not gonna be counting on anybody else but myself to finance my dreams, because I know that number one, of course, it's not gonna be a priority on other people's lists or towards other people, even if it was my family, even if it was my parents, or my brothers and sisters and my cousins and friends and so on. They're not gonna be so heavily invested in helping me get there in terms of providing finances and helping me out financially in terms of that. So I've made it a oath to myself that if I'm gonna be doing it, I'm gonna be doing it from my own pocket. And right now, I wasn't able to do so because of some hindrances that came along the way in the past couple of months. So I ended up, you know, using up my savings because of that. And so yeah, needless to say, it didn't work out well. So I didn't have the proper finances to do so, and I passed up on the dream. So that's a little story time for that, just to give a background on why this heavily resonates with me. But um, yeah, in terms of not being able to pursue it, it's gonna sting with you. It's gonna sucker punch you like it is now, and like it was back then for me when I had to pass up on other opportunities as well that could have, just made my dream come true, and I would be, in a much, I would say, relief state instead of aggravated a little bit, uh, and frustrated. Again, another regret added to the list. But yeah, I mean, uh, getting to the point. Sorry, but yeah, if you're not able to get that opportunity or proceed or take in that opportunity, just know that it's not a detriment to you. It's not something to derail you. Of course, it's gonna hurt. Of course, it's gonna like fill you up with disappointment and regret. But there's comfort in knowing that you were presented with that opportunity in the first place. I mean, it's not it's not like, again, it's not a tarnish or a stain on your worth or on the work that you've put in, because if you weren't worth it, or if you weren't, capable enough, or if you weren't, you know, skilled enough, or, properly, capable to do so, you wouldn't be presented with the opportunity in the first place. So that should be given credit, you know. Give credit where credit is due. You've done the work, you've done your due diligence, and you were presented with an opportunity because people saw that your work was worth it, your work was capable, your work was inspiring. And the fact that you received that opportunity in the first place, you should give yourself a pat on the back, even though, you weren't able to proceed with it. I think it's something to be a little bit, to have a little bit of pride towards, not too much, but a little bit of pride towards that, because, or towards yourself, because, people are taking notice. So yeah, and that in and of itself should give you shouldn't derail you, but should give you more fuel and more, more motivation and more discipline in terms of your craft, in terms of your dream, in terms of your lifelong goal, that you should keep going, so that, by the time you get to the place where you are capable and you have the finances, and you're everything is ready for you, and like from your side itself, being finances, skill level, all of that, by the time, probably, if you're like decent or like good or great now, but you're not able to achieve it, I mean, by the time you'll be able to do it, considering that you continue on practicing, continue on being disciplined, continue on, working your way up and improving your craft, by the time you get there to the point where you want to be, it's undebatable. You're it's gonna be undebatable. You're gonna be so bulletproof in terms of your skill that nobody can say otherwise, or uh, nobody can tell you don't deserve it. Not really that their others' opinions or other criticisms, just to bring you down, are worth it to listen to, because that's just people's negativity. But I'm saying this because there wouldn't be a single doubt in your mind, or there wouldn't be a single voice in your head telling you that you don't deserve this or you're an imposter or anything like that, because you've done the work and the opportunity presented itself to you once. You weren't able to do it because of a setback or struggle or whatever, inconvenience. But you still kept on working, you still kept on persevering. So when that voice comes around again the second time and you were able to do it, it can't say anything to you, because you kept going despite the setbacks. And that's something that, I like to think, and I've been doing that in terms of my mentality. It's like, I'm not trying to boggle myself down in terms of my craft and in terms of my passion or what I want to do in life, but instead I'm just giving myself a pat on the back every now and then when I get an opportunity like that. Even though I'm not able to go for it, I'm like telling to myself, you are getting noticed at least. I mean, your work is getting noticed and people are taking interest in it. Just keep working and eventually your time will come, and if it doesn't, yeah, I always like to take in the fact that at least if it doesn't work out, I get to buy my craft or buy my, passion or my writings and my content. At least I can be able to inspire somebody who is in a capable position to pursue their dreams and pursue their ambitions and aspirations, to keep going with that and to pursue it, even though it may seem scary, because something that you want to do, and even if it fails, which I'm pretty sure there's a possibility of that happening, so we can't rule that out. I mean, I know that I do that for myself. I know that given my luck, there's a 0.01% chance or a 50% chance that I might fail, but another 50% chance that I might succeed. But even if it fails, I tell to myself that even if it fails, you won't have any regrets, because I feel like for me on a personal level, the reason why I have regrets is because even though I was able to take one opportunity that was going to help me, propel my dream forward, I didn't go all the way. And it's the title of this video. I didn't go all the way. I didn't give it 100% in terms of, going with the full on package, doing everything. In terms of the work, yeah, I was ready for it. I was ready to commit, months and months about writing books and then publishing it and going on events, going on podcasts, going on radio stations and all this stuff. But I didn't do it because I wasn't financially in the right position. I just went with publishing the book, didn't get any of the marketing. I had to do it all of myself, and yeah. So I mean, that's another thing. At least if you at least if you were presented the opportunity and you weren't able to take it, at least and people are taking notice of the dedication and the discipline that you put into your craft, into your work. And if you are able to go for it, go for it. If nothing is holding you back, if there is nothing that you need to worry about in terms of that, but the thing that you're pursuing and whether it will work or not, just go for it. Because at the end of the day, if it fails, and I'm pretty sure you're not going to want it to fail, so you're going to do everything in your power to succeed. But in the case if it doesn't go well, you won't have any regrets because you went all the way. The worst part about having these opportunities and not pursuing them is wondering what could have happened. And you're thinking about all of these great things and the life you could have been living when you would have pursued that, or if you would have pursued that. And I think about that a lot because I passed it up. So if you are capable and if you have the opportunity, go for it. But if you're like me and you had to pass it up because it was not really the right time, just know that your dedication and your craft and your hard work is not being forsaken. It's being taken notice of by a lot of people that you barely know. or you barely recognize. So yeah. But at the end of the day, if it's something that you love, it's something that you're passionate about, and if it's something that gives you joy and gives you a reason to wake up every day and go do it, then, that's in and of itself the best thing. Because it gives you a sense of purpose and meaning in your life. But then, yeah. I just wanted to get that off my chest a bit. It's a thing that I've been dealing with the past couple of hours again after dealing with that the past years. So yeah, I just wanted to take a spin on it, or give my take on it, and try to put a hopeful bow around it all, because that's all that we can do, right? Be hopeful. But then yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys, and hope you have a great day ahead.